Oh, it's shut down. The hell? I'm trying one more time. Hold on. Are we live? Yep, says we're
It
live.
says live.
Okay, let's do it. Good morning, good afternoon, guys. Welcome to Hardworking Podcast. Thanks for being here today. And we had a little technical difficulties. I'm using a different computer today. It's one of my older ones. I got working. I got it cleaned up and all the junk took it out of it, and it worked because my laptop has an issue that I cannot fix personally. So I got to wait to take it to one of the techs to fix her up. How you doing today, RJ?
I'm good, Curtis. How are you?
I'm good. Anything new happening?
Always exciting around here. Always, good things going on. Happy wife, happy life. So doing all right, man.
Perfect. So today we're going to talk about meal prep for busy families and some easy recipes that save you time and money. So here's the intro for today. Ever feel like dinner time sneaks up on you like a toddler with a permanent marker? 1 minute it's 4 p.m. and the next thing you know, everyone's staring at you like you're a contestant on Chopped. Except the mystery ingredients are ketchup, an old bag of lettuce, and desperation. You're not alone. Between work, side hustles, and trying to actually enjoy time with your kids, meal prep can feel impossible. But there is good news. Meal prep isn't just for fitness buffs and Instagram influencers, it's a game changing for busy families. And it can actually save you time, money, and stress. Plus, no more last minute takeout guilt. Let's break it down. There's about 3 steps here about meal prepping. Have you ever done that, RJ? You're just like, screw it, I'm just gonna go get something to take out.
Oh, all the time, all the time. Yeah, unfortunately, takeout is a big part of our not even lifestyle. We do meals during the week, but I mean,
Right?
it's moving life, right? We're busy,
Yep.
we're here, there, and everywhere. So unfortunately, takeout is a big part of what we do, right?
Right on, yeah, for sure. So, would you like to learn some ways to meal prep, save some time, money, and maybe a little less stress when you actually got to cook? Would that something help
Yeah.
you, or be more of your wife type thing? You think?
Well, again, my wife does the cooking, so yeah, that's why I said I'd leave this to you today, this discussion. And listen, I'm always here to learn, right? I know there's some meal prep companies out there
Companies? Yep.
nowadays, right? Like everybody's doing the fast or fresh prepped meals. So I know it's out there and how to use them. Even my wife and I have talked about how to do them, and it might
Oh
even
yeah.
be something that we can start to introduce in our life and do together.
Yep. Well, some of them are like pretty good meals to get out there. A little more expensive than obviously doing it yourself, but you got to figure the time factor, right? And it's
Mhm.
probably healthier than eating out because you get fresher meals, right? So
Yeah.
you know what's in it. They give you all the healthy stuff. All right. So the first one for meal prep, the first one would be time savings. Instead of cooking from scratch every single day, you dedicate a couple of hours once or twice a week to preparing meals ahead of time. That means faster weekend nights and more time for family, or let's be honest, collapsing on the couch and falling asleep after dinner nap,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
Those are
Yeah.
fun. Next one would be money savings. When you plan meals, you buy exactly what you need. No more throwing wilted vegetables or grabbing an expensive last minute takeout. Plus, you won't end up with a fridge full of random ingredients that don't go together, like weird episode of Iron Chef leftover edition. Have you ever watched Iron Chefs?
No, I've never been into those type shows.
Oh, no, no. All right, cool. I am. My wife and I watch them all the time. It's kind of fun.
Yeah.
All right, next one would be
And
less
so do they
stress.
give hold on, but do they
Yep.
give you ideas on what to cook and what to like 'cause, I mean meal plan ideas basically.
They mostly give you ideas like, could I do this at home? Because some of the home cook ones is like, oh my god, are they really a home cook? Because they do such a good job. But I think with the show, they teach them a couple things, so it's more interesting and
One
fun
of the
for us
things
to
I
watch.
think is like we're watching it and we see it, they're preparing a meal in 5 to 10 minutes, right? Because they've weeded it down to a production content. So
Hmm.
to us, it's unrealistic of how long it takes to produce this meal. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
At
for
home.
sure.
So there's why we don't believe that, okay, so it's a great looking meal, but I don't believe I can make that at home because it's not going to be, 10 minutes to prepare this
No,
meal.
no. Most of them will take up to maybe an hour sometimes, or maybe more. It
Right.
depends on.
And that's what I'm getting at. Like, and so, and in our busy lives, we're thinking, how can I afford what is probably going to be an hour or more to
Yeah,
make this meal? I mean, look, it looks delicious, right? But
yeah,
can I afford that time?
yeah. Well, that's what we're gonna try to figure out today. So it'll help you with less stress when you're when you're getting ready to go, right? When you prep it. So there's the first step would be choosing your meal prep strategy. All right. There's no one size fit all. So, there's a couple different approaches that we can talk about here. The first one is batch cooking. So, what that means is you cook large amounts of meals ahead of time and you store them in the freezer. Think of batches of chili, pasta sauce, or
Mhm,
shredded chicken that can use in multiple ways. So, like, there's like ways to batch cook. We actually had a book that taught us how to do batch cooking, and it gives you all the amounts. So if you want like 5 meals, 4 meals, or 8 meals, it'll give you all the different like the quantities of the ingredients to make those.
mhm.
That was pretty cool.
So we're talking about batch cooking, right? So this is meal
Yep.
preps that you can make yourself. But what are your thoughts on, like, so we have a meal we picked up from Costco yesterday.
Yep.
But we're gonna, and it's two of us, right? But I mean, of course, you picked it up at Costco. It's a big tray of food,
Yes.
right?
Yep. Yep.
So now we're gonna probably use it for likely a good part of the rest of the week, right? Or
Yep.
maybe even freeze some. So
Yep.
what are your thoughts on those things?
I think they're good. The Costco stuff they have is quite big. Usually, what I would probably do is just cut out what you want because some of them are uncooked, or do you buy the cooked stuff?
They're ready to cook. So yeah, no, we got to cook it, right? But I mean, all you
Oh,
have to
okay.
do
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
put it in the oven, right? Prepare it, and then you've got meals for the rest of the week,
Yep.
realistically.
Well, it's something you want all week, then I would probably leave it all cooked. But usually, what I would recommend is just like cut it in half. Say you and your wife, and like you guys can eat half the tray. Let's say I'd cut the tray in half, and then just put the other half, wrap it, put in the freezer for next week or whatever, right? But you gotta make
Before
sure
it's
you date
cooked.
the stuff. Yeah, before it's cooked. Otherwise, if you
Yeah.
cook it then freeze it, it's not as good. I find for some stuff. Like
Okay.
if you have
Thanks.
tacos or something, you wouldn't put taco shells in the freezer. It's not very good, right?
Hmm.
So one of the examples would be make a double batch of taco seasoned meat. So if you have like a Taco Monday or Taco Tuesday, you can put it there, and then you can reuse the meat for either burrito bowls or nachos on the Friday. Then we have all the beef already cooked, so you can have like 3 meals that you can prep in one session. That's one of the ideas. And then you just break it up and put in the freezer. You know, it's all good. One of the jokes is, have you ever wondered why meal prep containers break up?
No.
Have you ever wondered why meal prep? It's because one was clingy and the other just needed some space. So, to your question about freezer meals, you can assemble freezer meals in bags or containers, so you don't have to dump them all. Or you can also dump them into slow cookers. So there's other or Instapot, or even the oven. Depends on how you like to cook. Do you have an Instapot or anything? Do you know, RJ,
What do you
or
mean, like
slow
a slow
cooker?
cooker? Yeah, yeah.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
And then there's the newest ones, the one pot where you can like do things under pressure cooker type thing. Have you
So
seen those?
a slow cooker is different than a pressure cooker.
Yep.
Again,
Yeah, the one
I'm
pot.
not the kitchen guy, right? So
Yeah, yeah, I am
I'm
though.
I'm
I love it.
inquisitive about this because yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know all the ins and outs. Like I can put things on a fryer and fry it. I can put things in
Right.
the oven and bake it, but I don't go through all the different processes of cooking.
Oh, okay. Well, anyway, one pot is you can do multiple things with. You can do it becomes a rice cooker, a slow cooker. It can do like pressure cooking. You can make soups, stuff like that in it. So that's the idea of that. And that's why a
We
lot of
just
times
talked
they
about
recommend it.
getting we just talked about getting an air fryer
Oh,
because
those
that
are
thing
cool. Yeah.
seems to, yeah, it seems to be a lot, like you can do a lot with that.
Oh yeah.
um and usually it comes out like tasting very well. It's not like you
It's
you
very
know
crispy.
you
Like we've
dry
done.
them out. Yeah, yeah. It seems to cook the meals well.
Yeah, it makes them crispy. It doesn't like get them all soggy or whatever. Sometimes you put stuff in the oven, it becomes kind of not as crispy, or it takes extra
Hmm.
long time. And I think
Right.
that the with the air fryers, they actually cook the food faster, so you're saving electricity too, right?
Yeah, like we were making chicken wings yesterday at my family's. Like we get together with family pretty much every
Yep.
weekend.
Hmm.
um so we were making chicken wings yesterday, and they were cooking them in the oven, and they just weren't coming out right, you know what I mean? So they took them,
Yep.
put them in the air fryer. I think it was another 15 minutes or something like that, and the chicken wings are
Oh wow.
done, right?
Yep.
So,
Yeah, they're really
and
crispy and
everybody
big,
was
right?
talking about how crispy they were.
Yeah, for sure. That's awesome. All right, so there's a recipe here. You can marinate chicken in a simple sauce like honey garlic or barbecue sauce, and you just basically put in your freezer. And when you're ready, you just cook in the oven or wherever you like, and you have instant marinated meat, right? So sometimes you
Yeah.
also put a slow cooker, and that does it as well, and it gives it more of a juicy flavor and makes the meat more tender. All right, so next one would be daily prepping ingredients. So instead of making full meals ahead of time, prep ingredients that you'll use throughout the week. So like chopping up vegetables, cook rice, and portion out proteins so you assemble meals in a breeze. So one of the
Mm,
examples here would be wash and chop all your vegetables on a Sunday. So when Wednesday rolls around, making a stir fry is a 10-minute task instead of a 30-minute one. Plus prep
I like that idea.
meal yeah, prep meal ingredients are like detectives. They're always they always have everything planned out in advance. So that's the idea. Like, so if you know your with meal planning, if you say like, say you decide to do 3 meals for the week, say Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and Tuesdays and Thursdays you eat out or something, right, or whatever you want, or leftovers. Some people do that. You just have the vegetables what you want, and the cool thing is if you have chopped vegetables in the fridge that are already there to eat, ready to eat, you're more likely to eat a healthy snack than maybe some
Mm,
like chips or crackers or cookies you have on the counter.
true.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So and like we're all familiar with fast food, right?
Oh yeah.
So like if you go to Subway or if you go to Harvey's or any of those burger joints or whatever,
Hmm.
they all like they have those ingredients already set out: the lettuce, the tomato, the peppers. You know what I mean? So we're
Yep.
talking about doing the same thing, right? Having them maybe in containers in your fridge because
Yep.
you've done them on Sunday, so that Wednesday or Thursday, when you want to make a quick meal that involves these vegetables, you just pull them out, start roasting them up, or whatever the case may
Yep.
be.
Yep.
I like that idea.
Yeah, it's good. It's easy. It's like it's just you gotta know what you're doing ahead of time, right? It's like planning. So the next step would be step number 2 is keep it simple with these 5 time saving meals. So here's a couple recipes if you want to listen to them, RJ.
Yep, yep.
Yeah, the first one is slow cooker barbecue chicken. Super simple. Just get a bottle of barbecue sauce that you like. Add half a cup of broth, that could be vegetable, beef, or chicken, into a slow cooker and cook it on low for 6 hours. And then you can just shred the meat and add sandwiches. You can put it in on rice or have a salad. It's kind of cool. Pretty simple. And that's one of the uses for a slow cooker. You know, if you know you're only going to be work for a couple hours or whatever, you start in the morning. And some of them actually have built-in timers, so they know that at 10 o'clock you
And
can
my
start cooking. So the time you get home, it's ready at 6,
and
right?
yeah, and I do know my wife will put it on low during the day and just let it
Hmm.
simmer all day, right? So
Yeah,
we're at work and our dinner is cooking.
that's all right. That's the funny thing, actually. When I worked construction, I had a mini slow cooker. So basically, you fit a can of soup or like chunky soup or chili into the container, and it has a special lid that screws on and stuff. So you plug it in. So say you break at 10, so like at noon or 1, you eat your lunch, and it'd be like hot. It was like great. In the wintertime is the best.
I bet, for especially for construction guys, right? Get a
Yeah,
healthy
outside working,
meal,
yeah.
hot meal at the
Yeah.
lunch break. Absolutely.
And it's ready to go. There's no farting around with the microwave or waiting for the microwave. You know, sometimes you got like five
So where
guys,
would
10
you plug it in?
guys.
Well, how would that work?
Well, they always have electricity around, right? So they always have electrical box. So you just put it by electrical box, you plug it in, and you put it on the floor and cover up, and
So
they'll
the
put in a
construction
box or
site
something.
so the generator at the construction site.
Yep, or whatever. They have a lot of them have power built in, so because at a certain point they get the structure of the building up. Because I used to do windows and doors, right? So the structure's already there for the most part, and they always have power within the building, so they always do that. It was pretty cool. I enjoyed it. It was fun to actually have a hot
Gotcha.
meal. One of the guys did it, then of course, you know, there were 20 of us doing the same thing within the same
Yeah,
company,
that
but
could be a
different job
problem.
sites.
Yeah.
But everybody was doing it. Okay, one here another. Here's another one. It's a sheet pan, sausage, and veg. So basically, slice up some smoked sausage, red peppers, and potatoes. Toss it with olive oil and seasoning of your choice. Then roast for 400 Fahrenheit for 30 minutes. One pan, less mess. And most of this you can pre-cook or pre-chop up like on a Sunday, right? And just mark it, right?
hmm
So it's kind of cool. And it's easy to clean up, you know, even the kids can help. We got a couple of young kids out, like our daughter, she helps us when she wants to.
hmm
This other
When
good
she
one
wants
here is
to.
what I
So
like.
so you say when she wants to. So it's not something you guys, let's make a family meal, or let's do this together. It's not something you kind of push on her, but you say, let's do this. You know what I mean? And
Yeah, we'll
see if
ask
she
her, "Hey,
wants
we're doing
to.
this. Come on in." And a lot of times she'll just come in, she'll just watch, or she'll help. She'll like stir the pot, or she'll like, "Hey, you're mixing up something." She'll mix it. Or if you're cutting up
Because
cheese, like she'll come and grab a piece of cheese from
because
you.
getting your kids involved, you know what I mean, it's also a bonding experience, right? Like
Yep,
you're
yep,
spending quality time with your kids, and you're also teaching them life prep skills.
yeah, for sure. And she knows how to make soup, open up cans, know where all the snacks are in the house. The only issue she has is pouring milk in her cereal. She still hasn't mastered that. It's more like you pour the whole thing
Most
and
kids,
whoosh
yeah,
all over
most
the top.
kids that takes years of experience to get that one right.
Yeah, for sure. One of my favorites here is make ahead breakfast burritos. So you can scramble up some eggs with cheese, cook sausage, or bacon if you like. You wrap it in a tortilla, freeze it, and then microwave in the morning for a no-fuss breakfast. I've done this a few times. I actually did it on a Sunday. I made 20 of them and wrapped them up and put in the freezer. It's kind of cool. They didn't take that long because once you roll it, you can just like what I did was I seared the bottoms of the wrap so they don't spread open when you microwave them.
Hmm.
It's pretty neat. I liked it. It's almost like having a drive-through, right?
Hmm.
It's funny. And then one pot pasta. This is pretty easy. This is easy in the fact that I've never thought of this before. Is but you throw your dry pasta in with a jar of sauce and any of the veggies you want with it, perhaps, in one pot, and then you add 3 cups of water and simmer until cook. No draining, no extra dishes. I gotta try this
Yeah,
one.
I'll tell you one my wife makes a lot, and we love it around here. Is it's called chicken cheese and rice casserole. So,
Yep,
and it's so simple. All you do is take chicken breast, cut up some chicken breast,
yep,
usually about two large size chicken breasts.
hmm,
Um, Throw in some rice, so boil it, make up some rice, put that in
yep.
there, and some shredded cheese on top. That's it,
Yeah.
in a casserole dish. Throw that in the
Simple.
oven for like 30 to 40 minutes depending on your oven, and
Yep.
what a delicious meal. And trust me, it's more than just one serving, right? So
Oh
usually,
yeah, you got
between
several.
a whole family, you can still have leftovers sometimes.
Perfect.
It's so delicious that sometimes you overeat, I will say that.
Oh yeah, just fill right up on the good stuff, right?
Yeah.
Fantastic. This is another one here. Freezy friendly meatballs. So pretty easy recipe. Just mix up ground beef, breadcrumbs, eggs, and seasoning. Roll them into balls. Bake them and then freeze them. And then you can use them in spaghetti, subs, or even Swedish meatballs. Nice. Or you can cheat and just buy them pre-made at Walmart.
What's
Uh,
that? The
the
meatballs,
meatballs, yeah, they have like the
or
beef, the pork, and the chicken,
or
if you can find
IKEA.
it.
Have you ever tried the IKEA Swedish
Yep,
meatballs?
yep,
Oh,
they're
delicious.
good. Yeah, actually go there. They're not that expensive when you actually go. Well, I don't know. I haven't been
No,
there for a while, but
that's
they're not
when you buy
expensive.
food at IKEA, it's usually relatively affordable, right?
Yeah, yeah. Same the hot dogs at Costco. Still $1.50. Amazing.
I don't know how they do it.
But they,
I don't know how they do it, but I
well,
still go back.
it's what they call a loss leader,
Yep.
right?
Yep. Because they know
Also, you're
you're going to
paying for
buy
a
some
membership,
fries or whatever.
something. Yeah, yeah. And also, they know most people who are shopping there anyways just spent like a couple $100 or $1,000 or something, right?
And how many
It's pretty
people
cool.
will go there because they say, oh, you know what? Let's go to Costco for lunch. We'll pick up this, and this, right?
Yeah,
But because they have that cheap lunch there, people are planning around it.
yeah, for sure. The pizza's pretty good there too. Actually,
Yep.
I never knew that you could buy a whole pizza before. I was there a couple weeks ago, and it's not people buying whole pizza. Like what?
Oh
It's like
no.
$12. Yeah, it's $12 for a
Yeah,
whole
it takes a
pizza.
little bit of time, but I mean, take a whole
Still,
pizza because again, I mean, one or two slices is not going to feed a family, right? So,
no, no, but the whole
put on
pizza
a
is pretty
whole,
cool, right?
yeah, and sometimes people, and that's the
And
whole point of Costco is bringing the family.
yep, and then they have the roast chicken that are always the cheapest in town too, and they're delish. I love it. All right, moving forward here. Step 3: pro meal prep tips for busy parents. Use a theme night rotation, such as Taco Tuesday, Pasta Wednesday, Slow Cooker Sunday, so you have less thinking and more eating time. So number 2, or next one would be batch everything, or double batch everything. If you're making one lasagna, make 2 and freeze one. Your future self will thank you. Next would be investing in storage containers. So you got glass, PBA, free plastic, stackable. Make sure you label and date them because you don't want to have there from 2 years later. Like, oh, what's this on the bottom? Like mystery something, right?
Yeah.
Use grocery pickup or delivery. This is probably something new. Have you ever done this where you go order your groceries online and you go pick it up or they
Well, that's
deliver
what I
it?
was talking about. That's what I was talking about. But when we started the show, right,
Oh, okay.
is these meal preps like good food,
Yeah.
um,
No, I think they mean
something
like deliveries from like
chef's
Walmart
plate or
or
something like that.
yeah. Yeah, because you
Oh,
also
okay,
order your
got you.
groceries online. Like Sobeys has it.
You're talking about the lunch counter.
No, like how you can go online with Walmart and order your groceries for the day?
Sure.
Have you done that? You go Walmart.com or .ca and then
Yeah,
you
yeah,
order
but
all your
I've
groceries.
never like we've never done it specifically just for today's meal, right?
Oh no, you can do it for your whole week if you want. It's crazy.
Well, yeah, if you're talking about just as a side or a time saving
Yeah,
option instead
yeah.
of going to Walmart, yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Wander around. You're not gonna pick up any like random
My wife actually
cheeses.
to make so my wife wants to my kids have moved out, right? But
Yeah.
my wife wants to make sure her kids are fed.
Oh
So
yeah.
she'll go on Walmart and then she'll order food from my son who lives in Barrie, which is 2 hours away from us. But you know what I mean? She can go order it online, make sure it
Yeah.
gets delivered to him so he has the food he needs, right? He's
Oh
not at home
crazy.
with us, but we're still making sure he's fed.
Yeah. And like we said earlier, make sure the kids get involved and make sure everybody's participating. So it makes it feel like they've accomplished something, which is great. Right. So any final
Yep.
thoughts here,
Um, again,
RJ?
this was a great topic. I thank you for that because again, I had a little bit to contribute, but I don't sit down with my wife and do the meal plans. And many hardworking dads or will not be as involved in the
Mm-hmm.
kitchen. So it's a way for them to tune into the options, maybe get a little bit involved, or maybe even just knowing what their wife goes through in keeping
Mm-hmm.
them fed all week, right?
Yeah, for sure. All right. So you don't have to be meal prep master overnight. Start with 1 or 2 meals per week, and then you can build up from there. Remember, every time you plan ahead, you're not just saving money and time. You're giving yourself more moments to enjoy your family and what's truly matters. You got this. Hardworking parents, keep crushing it, and let's make mealtime easier, one prep meal at a time. So thank you guys for listening. Make sure you like, follow, and ring the bell if you're on YouTube. And on Facebook, leave us comments or questions you want to ask us. And if you have any recommendations for another episode, we'd be happy to hear from you. All right, RJ, thank you for participating today and being here. I love it. And we'll see you next week.
All right, later.
Take care. And bye.